Let's talk about the attitude of salespeople. So we always give them a story. So we say, guys, we've got a guy named Peter. We don't know anything about Peter. We don't know anything about his marital status. We don't know anything about his personal accomplishment or professional or personal accomplishments. We don't know anything about him. We take Peter and we're going to send him to a desert island, let him sit there for 24 hours, and then we're going to bring him back. So you guys quantify, what number you think about Peter. Is Peter at 10, which is, the best, or is Peter a 1 or a 0? Which one is he? And so everybody will give you different ranges of numbers. What's interesting is, without any frame of reference for Peter, people find it very, very difficult to give him a number, so they just inadvertently assign a number to him. So what the identity role theory will tell you is that there's certain people that'll say Peter's a 10, and then other people say he's a 7, 4, or any combination of those numbers. So what we know in sales is you will perform to the perceived level of your abilities. And so people that rank themselves and or Peter as a 10, because you know what, I have inherent value, just because I exist, I'm a 10. But if I don't feel so very good about myself, you know what, maybe I'm only a 7. You know what, if I'm really bummed out or I'm really aggravated with something personal going on and I just really feel down, and I've kind of beat myself up, and if I just have no self-worth, no inherent value, then I'm way down here. So if I'm a 10, I can perform at a very high level, which is the role. So this is the role I play as a salesperson. If I'm a 7, and let's just say 1 month I knock it out of the park, the little voice on my shoulder is going to say, you know what, you're not that good. You got lucky. And so then my own personal head trash is going to get in the way, and most likely the next month, or say the next cycle, quarter, whatever the sales cycles typically are in your world, is going to come back down, and it may even drop way down here. And then if I say I drop down here, it says, you know what, man, you really did bad, but you're not that bad. You're better than that. And so then all of a sudden, you see this thing start to pick back up again. And if you're down here, it's the same way. If you knock it out of the park, you jump up for a while, and then if you knock yourself back down, you come back down, and then you pick yourself back up. And so when we look at people's individual production, a lot of times we see these waves, and it's because of how they feel about themselves are creating these inconsistencies in their performance. Whereas up here, typically these guys are your shining stars. These are the top typically 20% of your workforce or sales force, and those are the guys that hit their number, 9 out of 10, 11 out of 12 months, or 90% of the time, or et cetera, et cetera. Because these guys have the theory, if they ever miss for whatever reason, they say, I'm better than that, and I will go out and I'm going to scratch and claw, and I'm going to get back to where I need to be, and they're going to immediately rebound up to their perceived level of performance. And so whatever number or whatever area that your salespeople think they are, that's ultimately what they perform to. And so even in your recruiting and hiring efforts, you'd love to find salespeople that are in this range, because they're going to perform inherently better for you than anybody down here. Now, all of these folks may talk a really good game. Yeah, I'm a great sales guy, blah, 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 whatever. But they've all got some personal head trash going on that's going to provide you with some of these inconsistent results. And so the way that you fix this, if you have some of these performers in your sales organization, which you do, basically you have one of two options. They either go to therapy, which is really expensive, or we recommend journaling. So if they have a positive self-talk, first 15 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes of every morning, saying what is it they love about themselves, what is it they want to accomplish that day, what are their thoughts on the company, as far as mission, and how excited are they to go out and win today. If they do that first thing in the morning, then they will execute with that frame of mind, with that frame of reference. And then at the end of the day, we have them reflect, did you accomplish everything you wanted to do today? Did you not, for whatever reasons? And what do you plan to do tomorrow? It lets them essentially digest and exhaust all of that work that they put in that day onto the piece of paper, and then go to sleep. Hopefully, if they accomplish all their goals, then go to sleep very accomplished and rested, which is going to slowly increase the this number up here into this category where it starts to stay here. Everybody that whenever they say, I'm at a 10, and they've been a 10 for several months, they will occasionally drop down and they'll be a lower number, but they will always rebound. And so these are the folks, or you want to cultivate a sales force that always gets to them telling you that they're an 8 to a 10. And this can even be a question you guys, your sales folks, on a weekly basis. Hey guys, over the course of the weekend, how do you rate yourself this Monday morning? And just see where everybody's at, because you'll see the correlations between their activities and their production based on their perception of their self-worth.